Dear students, this is a small video clip just to help you understand resolution of forces clearly. In fact, what I'm saying here is just giving you 3 steps which you should remember and resolve the forces mechanically, right? You want to resolve force along x and y direction, and you can do it mechanically provided you remember these 3 steps, which is easy to remember. Let me show you. It's so simple. Let me say that this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, right? And let's take any quadrant. Let me take quadrant 4. So this is 1, this is 2, no, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, right? I'm going to choose quadrant 3, okay? And let's say there is a force here. I'll take some a force here, this which makes angle 20 with y-axis, and this force is of magnitude 10, but 10 newtons. But I have not shown the direction of the force. Please note, we have not shown whether the force is towards the origin, that is O, or away from the origin. Okay, so we have not yet shown. But our first step, is to always find out the angle which the force makes with x-axis. Although you are given angle with y-axis, don't worry about it. First find out the angle with x-axis, but not just that. You have to find out the angle which this force will make, the smaller angle which the force makes with x-axis. Now this, at the force 10 newtons makes angle with x-axis. This is one angle, right? And this is another angle. Okay, so what is this angle? From this angle is the smaller angle is 90 minus 20, which is 70, because 20 is the angle the force makes with y-axis, right? So similarly, what is the bigger angle the force makes with x-axis? It is this angle, right? This angle. So what is this angle? 20 plus 90. So this angle is 110. Okay, it is 110 degrees. So now here on we will be considering only smaller angle, right? Step number 1 is to find out smaller angle with x-axis. So let me write down the step. Step 1. Find smaller angle which the force makes, that I want to write, with x-axis, right? So you have found out that is smaller angle is 70. Then it's simple. So what is the magnitude of force along x-axis? That means resolution along x. This is going to be 10 cos 70. But you have not yet given the sign. Now sign depends upon what? Sign depends upon whether this 10 newtons is away from the origin or towards the origin. Let us say that it is away from the origin. Okay. When it is away from the origin, you can see that this is resolved along x-axis, because this is 70, so this resolution is like this, right? So you will see that this direction will be towards left, and towards left means in negative direction. So this is you will say it is minus 10 cos 70, right? This is, please note, sign here is minus. So why is not working? Okay, anyway, yeah. So this is going to be minus. Okay. Now let's consider, suppose the direction of this arrow is towards the origin. If it is towards the origin, then this is the force, right? 10, and sorry for this. And again, it's somehow okay, and it is towards the origin. Let's say this is towards the origin. I'm not able to show here, but when it is towards the origin, you can see that when it is resolved, the force will be in this towards the right. Okay, it will be towards right. So this will be the direction towards right. So obviously fx now will be, it remains 10 cos 70 first, right? 10 into cos of smaller angle with x-axis. Then you are considering the sign which will be towards right, so it is plus. Okay. Now as far as the resolution along y-axis is concerned, you will always take it as sine of the smaller angle. That means smaller angle again is with x-axis. Okay. So for example, let's say, now let me make it clear. Okay, just it has become a little clumsy. Okay, this is, say, some angle. Let's say this is 30. No, this can't be 30. Let's say, we'll keep it as 20. This is 20. Okay. So our first step is to find out smaller angle with x-axis, which is this. And this we know that it is 70. This 70. So again, now we want to find out the resolution along, let's say, y-axis. So if it is y-axis, you take fy is equal to 10 sine of smaller angle with x-axis. Please note, sine of smaller angle with x-axis. Bigger angle with x-axis, you know that it is 110. But that we are not concerned, right? We want to find out smaller angle with x-axis, and that's it. Then sine of 70. And again, if you want to give the sine to 10 sine, it all depends upon the force. If the force is acting towards the origin, okay, if the force is acting toward the origin, which means you are resolving along axis like this, so it is going to be upward, so it is going to be plus. It's going to be plus. Okay. Please note that if the force is acting like this, okay, that means downward, then this after resolution it's going to be downward like this. So fy will be equal to minus 10 sine 70. Okay. So my point is, now this rule can be applied if the force is in any quadrant, right? So the point you should remember is, first step is whatever is the angle you are given, find out the angle which the force makes with, two angles which the force makes with x-axis, and choose the smaller of that. That is step 1. Step 2, force into cos of, let's say that smaller angle we call as theta, cos theta, force into cos theta, theta is, theta is smaller angle, right? Force into magnitude of force into cos theta will give you magnitude of the force along x-axis, right? Then you decide the sign. Decide the sign, and force into sine theta will give magnitude of the resolved force along y-axis. Okay. This is x, this is y-axis. Their signs will be decided in step 3. Decide the sign after considering the direction of force, whether the force is away from the origin or towards the origin, right? So these are the 3 steps. I hope this, so you can use these steps, right? Remember these steps, use this, and this will be easy, because sometimes students do make mistake. Which angle to take? Whatever is the angle, if it's given with y-axis, forget about it. Find out what is the angle which the force makes smaller angle with x-axis. Should be your first step. Cos of that, resolution along x, but without sign. Then give the sign depending upon the direction of force. Similarly for y direction, sine of that small angle of the force which makes with x-axis, right? It makes with x-axis. And then you decide the sign. So these are the 3 steps through which you should go. I think that would make the things very easy. Please give me your feedback if this is helpful. Thank you.